Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Such a waste of time, money, and resources on crap. SMH. Good luck, OP. Maybe your crazy neighbors move out when they have had enough of you and your mom. Some people suck. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. The neighbors called the police saying my mother hacked their AC. I live in an apartment building, middle floor. I've had problems with my downstairs neighbors for a few years now. It started out as a funny little thing. Neighbors called the cops because someone is laughing. It was funny and you made fun of them for it. They called the cops because someone farted. Yes, it happened. You make fun of them for it. It's become less funny. People look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them the latest thing to do with my neighbors. I wish I was making this all up. So a little while ago, when it was a bit warmer in the US, I was home sitting on my couch working on some of my own personal projects, and my mother walks in and tells me the cops will probably be here soon. Great. I asked her what it was this time, and she said the neighbors called the cops because we, her and my next-door neighbor, hacked their AC. This sounds bad crap insane, so I start laughing my butt off. My mother then said she was telling the truth. I felt dumbfounded. I knew my neighbors were insane, but now I'm thinking they have something else that needed to be checked. So we sit and wait for the cops to show. The cops show up after a bit, and you can hear my downstairs neighbor yelling to the heavens, basically. They really full-heartedly thought my mother had hacked their AC, or they were putting on a little show in hopes the cops would believe them. I don't even know what one would be better at this point. They just seem to think they're better than everyone else involved. The cops spoke to my mother and then left. The cops have done nothing so far. Is this effing normal? I can't even tell anymore. I feel like I'm going insane. My downstairs neighbors switched from being loud, intimidating, while threatening us, calling us slurs, and more to become a effing joke in seconds. I do not understand this anymore, but I'm sick of walking around on eggshells and being yelled at for the most ape crap things imaginable. And the kids around here have not been going out as much due to the neighbors. I'm worried about them. They deserve to have a damn childhood. And our second story. Tried to save her $71, she wanted a $100 Visa gift card for the inconvenience. I was a department store manager at an arts and crafts store a few years ago. A warm, pre-pandemic Saturday morning in May of 2018, I get called up by cashier who was known to be very soft-spoken. All the registers are busy. Holding up register 3 is a middle-aged lady with 2 carts chock full of crafts and baking stuff. The issue was the customer's 10% off coupon was expired by over a week and it was not working. Her total was around $557. The lady was already irate, berating the cashier, an 18-year-old, saying she can't believe coupons expired so soon after getting them in the paper, huffing about how she was a rewards member who shops there often since she was a Girl Scouts leader, and how I should contact the newspaper she got the coupon from and make them either deliver it to her sooner or let corporate know the coupon should last for up to 1 month. I de-escalated the situation and apologized while explaining that I couldn't make corporate stop running different sales every week, but I'd certainly manually take off the 10% myself. As I was doing this, I noticed she would save money with the paid membership we'd recently implemented. With this membership, the customer would get a one-time 20% off their current order and 5% off every purchase thereafter. Sad clown honk. Yes, it was a ripoff, considering it offered almost exactly the same exact rewards that the free program offered. But seeing this lady had a huge order, I pointed out that not only would she get the membership essentially free, but it would save her $71, $20 more than she would have saved with her expired coupon. The woman jumps down my throat. First, the cashier tries to tell me about this dumb membership, and now you? Do I look stupid? I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not a moron. I know there's a catch. Give me another manager. You're not going to trick me to paying for something more. Do I look stupid? You're insulting my intelligence. I'm tired of seeing your face. Get someone else up here now. By then, I'd already taken the 10% off, called another manager, even apologized, despite fuming, and she was still ranting. My fellow manager on duty came up. I stayed because I wanted the sweet glory of seeing this lady's face when she was told the exact same thing I just told her. This sent the lady into another frenzy. We got the district manager on the line, who had literally left minutes before the interaction started from a meeting where he commended me for being the best salesperson of this membership in the district, LMAO, and he had to explain to her the same policy, that every employee was required by the company to offer this membership, and we were not trying to rip her off, but we apologized for the inconvenience. She still did not leave. Eventually, I asked her what she wanted. What is it that she wanted out of this interaction that by now had caused a whole scene and had taken up over half an hour? She demanded a $100 gift card. Not to the store, but a $100 Visa gift card for wasting her time. How about no? We couldn't do that, of course. She ended up leaving with the promise that the district manager and general manager of the store would call her later. I ended up taking a 40-minute paid break in my car to release steam after that. When the district manager called her the week later to offer her a $10 certificate to the store, she told him to hold on a second, and we all could hear her in another store throwing the same kind of fit. Ridiculous. I'd be surprised if her butt wasn't completely blown out by all that screaming she does. Lunatic. And our last story. My new coworker bullies me and thinks he's my boss. Bit of background. I've been working at the Big M for 6 months now as a drive-through cashier. I, 19, am trans-masked and very neurodivergent. Until this last Friday, literally nobody cared since it was never relevant, and at the end of the day, I'd been doing my job well, so why should my private life matter, right? Allow me to introduce Kyle. Kyle, as of when this is posted, has only been working at my workplace for 1 week. Last week when he started, I happened to be sick. Due to this, the first place he was trained at was my regular position so he could be back up when I was gone. Exactly like I was when he started. This week when I returned, I naturally was put at my normal spot. Now, something to keep in mind is that the spot that I work at in the building is the least physically intensive of what you could do there. In contrast, it's the most mentally demanding spot in the building. As for the best performance, you have to take orders for drive-through customers on one of the lanes, accept payment from all customers, making sure not to incorrectly have them pay for someone else's food, and make sure customers' orders are correct in general. Oftentimes, you'd be doing 2 things at once, otherwise customer wait time skyrockets. Over the past 3 days, here's what he's done, in chronological order that I've witnessed. Hit on a girl coworker while standing uncomfortably close to her, only for her to look back at me, visibly uncomfortable, as we both laugh in that "holy crap, please go away" kind of way. This was literally the first time I'd met him. Told our night manager, NM, to his face that he has attitude problems after being told to get off his phone and put his headset back on to help the customer, who he kept waiting for 5 minutes because his friend came through the drive-thru and wanted to call them while he was working. Asked me if we have X item from the menu. I ask in return, "Are you able to select the item?" He responds, "No." I tell him, "Okay, that means we don't have any." He replies, "I don't think so. Ask general manager's name." Confused, I repeat myself, "If you can't select the item and the icon says unavailable, it means we don't have any. You can't sell an item we don't have to the customers. You don't need to ask GM for that." After half a second of silence, "You're annoying." And then he proceeded to ignore me for the rest of the day. Asked me to get a box of barbecue sauce packs. I obliged, regretfully. After I brought a newly opened box of sauce, he demanded, not asked, that I fill the sauce containers for him. I said no, I had to take orders for cars that were waiting in line. He demanded a second time to fill the sauces, more forcefully. I snickered at him and said no again and went to take the orders back at my spot. While I was walking away, he called me slow, then later said I was lazy. Same day, later, it's time for me to go on break, and he was my backup. He was to take over while I go eat something. As I'm inputting my start break time into the system, he turns to me and says, "So what makes you think you're a man?" I stopped and stared dead at him. After I took a moment to process what he said, I see him looking condescendingly at me, expecting a response. I just am. I looked flatly at him, already done with this crap. "What about your hair then?" "I've been growing my hair since 6th grade, and I'll be damned if I were to cut it just to please some jerk's need for gender norms to be upheld and be trans enough." I reply, "I'm not the only guy here with long hair, right?" This is truth. We share a cis male coworker who also has hair longer than some girls, The only difference between the two of us is that I have terrible beard genetics, so I don't have one while he does. This pretty much ended the conversation as I just left after saying that I had to go eat my food. By the time I got back, his shift had ended, so I told the night manager what he said to me. Night manager, also already done with his crap as previously shown, said I should have told him right away so Kyle could be reprimanded harshly and swiftly next time. Lastly, he, unfortunately for me, saw me heading out of the bathroom. He took that as an opportunity to openly complain to anyone who was within earshot of me that he was uncomfortable that he had to share a restroom with a mentally ill girl and that she shouldn't be allowed to work here because she has problems and isn't fit to work. Yes, he made absolute sure to emphasize she at any chance he got. When not one but two managers on shift told him he was behaving violently out of line, he had the audacity to say again, well, NM has an attitude problem. He hates me and treats me awfully. So it's not my fault I'm upset. As if being told to do his job is on the same level of being rampantly bigoted towards, by his own logic, an unrelated party. Because of this, he was told either to apologize to me or go home. He refused to apologize, so he was told to leave. Even further, rather than be concerned about apologizing to me, he was more interested in if he could still get his free meal before we leave. No. After a few more conflicts in which he acted like he was my boss, our boss's patience broke and he was fired on the spot. Work became much easier. Yikes, you're not the one mentally unfit to work, he is. He's clearly not fit to hold a job. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.